Hey friends, so today we're working on some two-step fraction word problems, which we've been working on. And I wanted to show you my thinking and my work for the first problem. So let's go ahead and read it. Matt's lacrosse team played 44 games this season. If they lost 1/4 of them, how many games did they win? Okay, so we need to think about what this question is asking us to figure out. Okay, if they lost 1/4 of the games, how many games did they win? I'm going to underline my question. How many games did they win? Okay, so what do we know? We know that Matt's lacrosse team played 44 games. And we know that they lost 1/4 of the games. Now, when you play a lacrosse game, or really any sports game, you're either going to win or you're going to lose, right? So some of the games are going to be games that they won, and some of the games are going to be games that they lost. Those are our only options, right? Win or lose. So we know that there were 44 games altogether. So that's kind of going to be our whole that we're thinking about, 44 games. And we know that 1/4 of them were the ones that they lost. So we know that some part of it was the amount of games that they lost. And we know the rest of the games they won. Now, do we know how many games Matt's team lost? No, we don't know how many games yet, right? But we know that they lost 1/4 of their games. Now, when I see the word of, what does that usually tell me in a word problem? Especially with fractions. Of means we have to do what? What operation? Right, of means multiplication usually, right? So if we have 44 and we want to find 1/4 of our total, that means we need to multiply 1/4 times our total, 44. And when we work with fractions and we have a whole number, remember we can just put our whole number over 1 so that it's easier to multiply right across my numerators and right across my denominators. So 1 times 44 is 44. And 4 times 1 is just 4. Okay, now can I reduce this fraction? Yes, I can. Now I know that 4 can go into 44 11 times because 11 times 4 is 44. So if I divide by 4, I can do 11 over 1. 44 divided by 4 is 11. 4 divided by 4 is 1. And that's the same as just 11, right? Okay, so 1/4 of 44 is 11. So that means they lost 11 games, right? So I'm going to put my 11 right into this part of my tape diagram or my bar diagram because that was how many games they lost, 1/4. Now we need to figure out how many they won. We don't know this yet. But when I have a missing part in my tape diagram, I know that 11 plus something equals 44, my total, right? 11 plus something equals 44. So we can work backwards. And instead of using addition, we use the opposite of addition, right? What's the opposite of addition? Subtraction. So 44 minus the part that we know, which is 11, equals what? Now you might want to line this up and do your subtraction on the side. 44 minus 11 is 33. Awesome, so 33 games. And if you wanted to make this into a sentence as your answer, you're going to want to read the question one more time. They're asking how many games did they win? So we can say they won 33 games because that's the other part on our